Coming up on Sports Paws, field hockey had 2 games this week, including the Big East opener.
Women's soccer returned home to take on Mount St. Mary's on Saturday.
And men's soccer kicked off MAAC play at Marist. All that and more coming up right now on Sports Paws. Welcome into Studio 125 for another episode of Sports Paws. I'm Beckett, Calkins.
And I'm Matt Flaherty. We have a lot to cover tonight, starting with women's tennis, so serve it up, Beckett.
Sophomore Willow Renton made history over the weekend. Renton participated in the Intercollegiate Tennis Association All-American Championships in North Carolina. She becomes the first Bobcat to ever earn the honor. Renton faced off against Vanessa Suarez of the University of Tennessee and lost 6-0, 6-0 in straight sets on Sunday morning. Renton got a win in the consolation bracket over Richmond's Lara Bataya in straight sets. It's been a hot start for the field hockey team in 2025, but one player has stood out more than most. Francisca Escoya has received Big East honors after her 5-point weekend last week. The sophomore was named to the conference's honor roll after tallying a goal against Boston University and a goal and an assist in a 3-2 win against Columbia. Following the Columbia win, Escoyas and the Bobcats opened up Big East play over the weekend against Liberty. Bobcats taking on the 6th-ranked Liberty Flames. Quinnipiac looking to continue their 2-game home win streak. The last time the Bobcats beat the Flames was 6 years ago in Hamden. On to the first quarter. 30 seconds into the game, Liberty on the breakaway finds Avery Pollock. She takes the shot, but Christina Torres with the save, no score. Same quarter, the Flames drop the penalty corner. They set up Darissa Martin with the shot, but Marina Giacosa gets her stick on it and scores. Liberty ahead 1-0 as we head in to the second quarter. Liberty with another penalty corner. Sam Martin again sets herself up, rips the shot, but look at Torres here make the diving save, still 1-0. Switching sides now, remaining in quarter 2. Quinnipiac with the penalty quarter. Rosemary Van Koolen plays it to Francisca Escoyas, who rips the shot, but saved by the Flames' first-year goalkeeper, Diane St. Martin. Going into the half, Liberty up 1-0. It's time for the third quarter. Liberty plays a long ball down the side to Josefina Tomasi, working in the crease, sends it to Luna Prairie in front of the net, and a goal. Flames up 2-0. Going into the final quarter. Bobcats pull the goalie with 6 minutes left and have a chance to cut the lead to 1. Lucia Donati fumbles the pass, and the Flames regain possession. They would win this one 2-0. Bobcats lose their first Big East Conference game of the season, move to 4-3 overall as they look to bounce back on Sunday against the MAAC Warriors.
Back in action on Sunday as the Warriors visit Hampton for their 2nd straight season. It's Team Impact Day as Avery Hodum joined the Bobcats for their pregame huddle. Heading straight into the first quarter, Francisca Escoyas has the ball and fires it into the back of the net. First goal of the game coming a minute and a half in. Still in the first, Lucia Donati sends the ball to Mo Quayle, and she finds her way through everyone and past Isabel Gardner. The lead is now 2 for the Bobcats. More first quarter action. Escoyas fires a shot toward net. Quayle picks up her 2nd straight goal off a tip in front. Bobcats lead 3-0. Going into the second, Escoyas has the ball and she shoots it, but it is saved. She gets her own rebound and finds the back of the net. Her 2nd of the game makes it 4-0 Quinnipiac. Escoyas again, she finds Ava Blyer, who will score her first NCAA goal. It is all Bobcats at the half. To the third quarter we go. Quayle goes on a run and passes it to Rosemary Van Koolen. She tips it into the back of the net, 6-0 Bobcats. Last and final quarter now, Bobcats with a penalty corner. The pass is sent into Escoyas, and she fires her hat-trick goal into the back of the net. Still all Quinnipiac. With the final moments of the fourth, Escoyas sends in a beautiful pass to Van Koolen. She fools into goalie and scores. 8-0 will be your final. Big day for the Bobcats and Francisca Escoyas. She will tie her own program record for most points in a single game. The Bobcats will now focus their next week as they travel to Virginia to take on the Old Dominion Monarchs. The field hockey's team win over MAAC made history in more ways than just one.
That's right, Matt. Field hockey beat reporter Brittany Braun-Lieben has the rundown of all of the Bobcats' accomplishments.
On Sunday, the Quinnipiac field hockey team made history by creating a new margin of victory record. For the first time since 2004, have the Bobcats scored 8 goals in a game. Today, the goal margin was broken with an 8-goal differential.
No, I'm really proud of the entire team effort today. That's an insane statistic. Also have to give a shout out to MAAC for traveling here for a second year in a row and really giving us a tough matchup. They always play with grit and passion, and again, I think it's a testament to all the work that they've done, especially over the off season, to really put a stamp on what it means to be a Quinnipiac field hockey player.
In today's matchup, Francisca tied her own point record in a game with 9.
I'm just having fun. I think it's thanks to the team that we have this year. Everyone improved since last year, and also the new recruit that we have helped me also to get better and to be a better player. I just play. I'm really happy for it, but I just play and I'm just having fun and, just trying to show everyone how I play and how much fun I'm having here.
While records were broken, Ava Blyer scored her first goal and explained how the team has worked so hard to get where they are today.
Yeah, well, you can tell by our scores that we're scoring a lot, which is great, and we have a lot of teamwork and a lot of different people are scoring, which hasn't happened before, so that's also exciting.
Head coach Nina Klein explained how their chemistry and skill level allowed for them to perform in today's matchup.
They're just connected. They love each other. They love playing the game, at a high level, and I'm just really proud of them. Going into the game, we did set a team goal that we wanted two goals a quarter. I just felt like with the team that we have right now, we could accomplish that, and we really wanted to limit their defensive, defensive penalty corner, on our side. But overall, I really think we just had a good showing today, so super proud of them.
The Bobcats are continuing to look to break new records this season. Reporting for Q30 Sports, I'm Brittany Brown-Lieben.
Now, Matt, the women's soccer team returned to the field on Saturday after a week off.
Let's kick it on over to Dave Clark's squad to see how they did against Mount St. Mary's. Quinnipiac faced off against Mount St. Mary's, looking to get their second conference win of the season. The last time the Bobcats played the Mountaineers, they lost 2-0.
8 minutes into the first half, Clara Bankston takes a shot outside the box, and Abigail Michaela makes a leaping save to send that over the crossbar and out, keeping the game scoreless.
Bankston again sends a ball into the box, and she finds Morgan Cupo, who sends it past Michaela and straight to the back left of the net. The Bobcats are up 1-0.
Just 3 minutes later, though, a set play off a Bobcats corner kick gives Bianca D'Onofrio her first collegiate goal as a Bobcat, putting Quinnipiac up 2-0.
And the scoring isn't finished. Bankston again right from outside the box, sends the ball in off the crossbar. Let's take a look back at the replay. It is in. The Bobcats are leading 3-0 heading into the second half.
And they did not slow down in that second half. Here's Cupo on a solo breakaway. She heads it into the box, fires it to the far side post for her second goal of the match. Quinnipiac continues to dominate, up 4-0.
The Mount is looking for an answer as Inez Gama Ferreira has a breakaway down the pitch, seemingly away from danger, but D'Onofrio comes out of nowhere and shuts her down. Great job from the junior, and she had a great match.
The Bobcats could not keep a clean sheet, though. Taylor Simmons takes a shot from just inside the 18 that Olivia Jarvis couldn't get a hold on. Mount finally on the board.
Raquel Alexander chases down a ball, it goes wide, and sends it across to Ava Young, who owns the wide open net. Quinnipiac wins 5-1 and sends Mount St. Mary's back to Maryland. The Bobcats will play their next match Wednesday, September 24th at 2:30 p.m. against the reigning MAAC champions, the Fairfield Stags.
In the Bobcats win, Bianca D'Onofrio scored her first career goal for Quinnipiac.
Q30 women's soccer beat reporter Brady Mullen has the story.
After transferring from Fordham to Quinnipiac her sophomore year, junior Bianca D'Onofrio finally scored her first goal as a Bobcat versus Mount St. Mary's on Saturday.
Feels amazing, especially because it was a goal that we've been practicing a lot in that type of set play. So I think that finally seeing it come off in a real game and getting that execution just felt amazing.
While D'Onofrio stayed humble, focusing on the team's execution of the play rather than her goal itself, teammate Morgan Cupo had high praise for the junior.
She's really stepped it up. I think this year she's been one of our strongest players, and she's been a really good for us defensively, but also she gets up and just her work ethic. I mean, she deserved that goal because of how hard she's been working, so just really exciting to see.
When asked about how D'Onofrio has grown since arriving in Hamden, head coach Dave Clark highlighted her drive and versatility.
It wasn't the best year for her at Fordham, but I knew her in the process, so she's built on it. She's embraced the leadership, You know, she can play in multiple positions. You know, she's got that physicality as well. So, yeah, she's starting to take on that role.
D'Onofrio dedicated a part of her growth to the comfort and leadership her teammates have provided.
Definitely just getting more comfortable. I love the girls, and having somebody like, especially like Maddie Alves beside me, I definitely feel more comfortable, and I feel like I can kind of grow into my confidence throughout the game, and yeah.
D'Onofrio and the Bobcats look to keep momentum going as they face the reigning MAAC champion Fairfield on Wednesday at 2:30 in Hamden. For Q30 Sports, I'm Brady Mullen.
We have to take our first break of the night, but coming up on Sports Paws, the men's soccer team traveled to New York for their first MAAC game of the season against Marist without their head coach, Eric DaCosta.
Plus, we'll get a weekend recap from our volleyball beat reporters and a look ahead at what MAAC play will look like for the team. Stay tuned.
Everyone has a ritual, that small thing to keep us focused.
A habit we never skip, to clear our minds and elevate our performance.
But what do you do to keep your head in the game? To drown out the self-doubt and support your mental health. Because being your best isn't just about taking care of your body.
It's about taking care of your mental health. Discover the resources that you need to keep your mind focused and your mental health a priority.
Gracie and Pedro might not get along so well.
They're standing on my tail.
But there's one thing they agree on. There's a right seat for everyone.
Oh, that's the good stuff.
Whether you're a dog,
Hold on, Pooch.
a cat, a fish, or a rat.
And I'm a ferret.
Be sure to travel safe.
How can you be so sure?
I'm absolutely positive.
On your next adventure, make sure your children are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the right seat.
No, I'm not gambling.
Live from the Piazza, it's Quinnipiac tonight!
Can't believe you're doing this alone.
I've done it before.
I remember. You threw your back out. How you holding up?
Hand me that board.
Nothing wrong with getting help.
I'm good.
I did it when Felicia left.
I'll figure it out.
I know you will, but you don't have to do it alone. That's all I'm saying.
If I promise to look into it, will you drop it and help me build this fence?
Now you need my help.
It can be a real pain sometimes, you know that?
Mm-hmm.
If you or a veteran you know needs support, don't wait. Reach out. Find resources at va.gov/reach.
Welcome back to Sports Paws. After a win for the women's soccer team on Saturday against Mount St. Mary's, 2 Bobcats will have new decorations for their dorms. Forward Morgan Cupo earned MAAC Offensive Player of the Week after scoring 2 goals and consistently applying pressure with 5 shots. First-year Ava Young earned a career-first 1 goal and 1 assist to earn MAAC Rookie of the Week. The pair will help the Bobcats as they host the Fairfield Stags on Wednesday. On Saturday, the men's soccer team hiked up to Poughkeepsie to take on Marist. Quinnipiac played without head coach Eric DaCosta, who was out after receiving a red card in their previous match. Looking to bounce back, the Bobcats traded goals with the Red Foxes in the first half. Quinnipiac got on the board thanks to Francisco Ferreira and Sivert Rizdalsness, who scored his 3rd goal of the season on a penalty kick, tying the game at 2 at halftime. The second half belonged to Marist, who scored 3 unanswered goals to get them a 5-2 victory in the MAAC opener. The Bobcats will take on the New Haven Chargers on Tuesday.
With women's rugby off to a 2-1 start to the campaign before this past weekend, let's check out where they stand in the most recent NIRA Power Rankings, published last Wednesday. The Bobcats sit in 6th place out of 10 teams, with undefeated Dartmouth, Harvard, and Sacred Heart leading the charge. Brown and Queen's University of Charlotte remain winless, with a handful of teams, including the Bobcats, stuck in the middle tier. Rugby took on Lindenwood on Friday afternoon in Hamden, and the Lions came to the home of the sleeping giant ready to play, defeating the Bobcats 64-0. Frida Tafuna and Maddie Jersey each scored 2 tries in the win for Lindenwood. Quinnipiac falls to 2-2 on the season, while the Lions improved to 3-1 with the win. It wasn't all bad news for the Bobcats, though, as Alexa Kirshner set a new program record for solo tackles in a single game with 22.
Volleyball beat reporter Sam Kaplan is here to give us a recap on the team's performance at the Cherry and White Invitational.
Plus, we have beat reporters Freddie Martin and Brianna Trachtenberg in studio to give us everything we need to know about the team as they head into MAAC play.
Thanks, guys. The Quinnipiac volleyball team took to the road one last time before they open the MAAC season. They were in Philadelphia over the weekend, playing 3 matches versus out-of-conference opponents. First, Quinnipiac sought out revenge versus Dartmouth, who they lost to in 5 sets last year. The Bobcats lost the first set, 25-22, before winning 3 straight sets to defeat Dartmouth for the first time in 2 years. Elena Giacomini had 21 kills, and Yammer Ganesh was closely behind with 16 of her own. On Saturday, Quinnipiac took on Temple. They lost in 4 sets, however, the Bobcats kept it close. They lost by just 4 points in the first set, winning the second, and losing by just 7 in the third, before losing once again by 5 in the fourth. Offensively, the Bobcats really had no problems. Elena Giacomini had 19 kills, Yammer Ganesh had 12. The real story, however, offensively for Quinnipiac was Damla Ganesh's 47 assist game. Defensively, the Bobcats had 0 answer for Olivia Hummel. She had 15 kills, 20 digs, along with an ace, leading the Owls to victory. On Sunday, Quinnipiac had one more opponent in Presbyterian. Quinnipiac came out of the gates strong early, winning the first 2 sets. However, after an overtime set where Presbyterian beat them 29-27, the Bobcats had no answer and could not close the door on Presbyterian. The Bobcats' offense continued to be consistent as Damla Ganesh had 55 assists. Quinnipiac will now look forward to MAAC play next weekend in Fairfield, where they'll take on Fairfield and Sacred Heart. Here to break it all down for you in the studio is Brianna Trachtenberg and Freddie Martin.
Thanks, Sam. With the volleyball team wrapping up their non-conference play this past weekend, let's go ahead and preview their MAAC play coming up. Starting off, we can go ahead and look at some new additions onto the team. With first year, Azia Belli is one of the first. She's a middle blocker and so far this season has had 70 kills, 12 service aces, and 32 digs, definitely looking to make an impact on the court.
Another first year to look out for is Vittoria Tonelli. She is an outside hitter, has 70 kills along with 72 digs.
Definitely, Freddie. She's already making an impact for the team. Now we have Clara Ozeska, another first year, sitting in the setter position. She has 117 assists already and 20 digs so far during the season.
Absolutely. Her and Damla Ganesh can definitely be a good 1-2 punch at the setter position. Moving on, we have the brand new Turkish twins, Azra and Sara Azbatekin. Azra, while only playing in 5 sets so far in her Quinnipiac career, her sister Sara has 10 kills, 72 digs, and 12 assists so far.
They're already joining the other set of Turkish twins on the team with Damla and Yammer Ganesh. Moving on to the key players to look out for, we have Ginevra Giovagnoni, and while she hasn't played since last season due to injury, she was already named to the preseason All-MAAC team. She's yet to step on the court, but the season before her injury, she led the team in kills with 261, and she led the MAAC in kills per set with 4.14. She's definitely going to be such a key player for the Bobcats this season.
Absolutely. Another key returner to look out for is second-year grad student Elena Giacomini. Giacomini is the reigning MAAC Player of the Year this year, along with being named the preseason Player of the Year. She placed second in the MAAC last year with 434 kills and looks to carry that strong performance over into this year, already recording 107 kills, 14 service aces, and 106 digs.
Definitely, she's going to be a key player for the Bobcats, already showing why she's an impact player on the court. We also have Damla Ganesh. Damla was back-to-back setter of the year last year, and she was also named to the All-MAAC preseason team. So last year, she had 867 assists for the year. She led the team in assists. And this season, she already has 315, 12 service aces, 90 digs, and 12 kills. Definitely starting off the year off strong. Now finally, take a look into the opening weekend for Quinnipiac and MAAC play. They have a tough start to their schedule, starting off with Sacred Heart. Last season, they lost to Sacred Heart when they were playing them away 3-1, but they were able to defeat them at home.
They placed 4th in the MAAC preseason poll, and one of their players was named to the preseason All-MAAC team.
Definitely, she was Rookie of the Year last year. And then moving on to Fairfield, their second game of the weekend. Fairfield, the reigning MAAC champions, they've gone back-to-back so far and defeated Quinnipiac 2 years in a row. They were voted preseason favorites for this year's preseason poll. And they have Allie Elliott, Mamie Kribali, and Maya Walker, who were all named to the preseason All-MAAC team.
Fairfield retaining those key players is essential to their success this season. Quinnipiac has never beaten Fairfield away and looks to change that this weekend.
Yeah, it'll be really interesting to see if they can pull off a win this weekend. Now, that's all the time we have here to preview the MAAC season. But coming up on Sports Paws, Matt and Beckett are going to be taking a look back at the women's hockey game against UConn this weekend.
Plus, the guys will look at the top 5 plays in Quinnipiac sports this week. I know there was a crazy women's ice hockey save. See if that made the top 5 when Sports Paws returns.
Multiple studies have shown that marijuana can slow both driver reaction and response time, which can be really dangerous. He's here. He's here. Wait. What? I can't drive. Why? My. Oh.
Do you enjoy debating Quinnipiac sports?
That's all flash, no catch. She didn't net it in the back of the net. That's not even a goal.
What are you doing pulling out rhymes?
Brady, that's like a crossover with a missed layup.
Bobcat Breakdown is the place for you, with debate, analysis, and so much more.
Mate Marinov. He is good, but oh man, is he bad. And
That team is amazing. How do you not put Fairfield women's hockey?
Tune in to Bobcat Breakdown every Tuesday night at 9:30 p.m. on Q30TV.com/watch.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back. Dad! You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
Welcome back to Sports Paws. After a win for the women's soccer team on Saturday against Mount St. Mary's, 2 Bobcats have new decorations for their dorms. Forward Morgan Cupo has scored 2 goals last game, and she earned the MAAC Offensive Player of the Week. Rookie Ava Young also added a goal and an assist, earning the MAAC Rookie of the Week as well. So these 2 Bobcats having great games will look to lead Fairfield into their next game on Wednesday. Switching to women's ice hockey now.
It's only September, but ice hockey is under. It's only September, but ice hockey season is officially underway at the Bank. Number 10 ranked women's ice hockey team faced off against number 12 UConn in an exhibition matchup on Saturday afternoon. Head coach Cass Turner's Bobcats came to play. Kaylin LaMarche and Lawrence Burnett got Quinnipiac on the board early. The Bobcats led it 2-0 after the first period. Zoe Younes added a 3rd goal for the Bobcats on the power play in the 3rd period, but the goaltenders showed out too. Felicia Frank, Tatum Blacker, and Callie Hogarth combined for 32 saves in Quinnipiac's 3-0 win over the Huskies. It wasn't just on the ice where the Bobcats stood out on Saturday. There were a few familiar faces in the stands.
Women's hockey beat reporter Anthony Rossi has the story.
On Saturday, the Quinnipiac women's ice hockey team hosted their lone exhibition of the season against the UConn Huskies and took them down by a 3-0 score. Now, the Bobcats also had a PWHL signings day as they welcomed back former Bobcats Maddie Samaskevich and Kendall Cooper back to M&T Bank Arena.
It feels really good. I think it's fun to, be back in Connecticut and see all the girls that we played with last year and obviously get to watch a good game of hockey.
Yeah, it's been an awesome experience. I'm so proud to be an alum here, so just coming here cheering them on, it's a great experience and awesome to watch.
Cooper and Samaskevich weren't the only ones happy to be back in Hamden for the weekend. Head coach Cass Turner and assistant captain Zoe Younes welcomed the former leadership duo back with open arms.
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, we couldn't be more proud of our girls playing in the PW, but also our alums in general. I know Meg Rittenhouse was here, Grace Markey was here, and You know, they're going on to do amazing things, and it's just a testament to what the Quinnipiac education and experience is about. So it's awesome to have them come back.
Yeah, I think both of them have been leaders when I was a younger player, and so looking up to them, obviously big shoes to fill as a leader now, but just looking at them, like, we're not surprised, but we're so proud of them, and obviously it's something that half of us are striving to do, so yeah, it's really cool.
Playing at M&T Bank Arena, players don't get the opportunity to talk to their fans one-on-one very often. But for the Bobcats that have left for the pros, they always enjoy coming back and taking advantage of seeing the Hamden community once again.
I think it's awesome. I know Samuel obviously does a lot of work in the community and the summer camps and stuff, so she gets to see all the kids and stuff. But, you know, like when we're playing on the ice, it's hard. We don't look in the stands too often, so to have that face-to-face conversations with them and just see the impact, the small impact we can have on them, it's pretty cool. And it's really nice of them to take time out of their day to show up to the game and also chat with us a little bit.
Now, Cooper and Samoskevich will now focus on making the active roster for their respective PWHL teams, but the Bobcats now will adjust their lenses to next weekend as they have a home series against the Maine Black Bears to open up their regular season. Reporting for Q30 Sports, I'm Anthony Rossi.
Senior Sierra Gray has a new honor to bring home from the Manhattan Jasper Invitational. This past weekend, she was the fastest Bobcat and second fastest runner overall, which won her the MAAC Runner of the Week. She led Quinnipiac to their second straight victory as she finished the 6K race at a pace of under 5.5 minutes per mile. This achievement was added to her collegiate career as she starts her senior year off on a very high note.
Coming off an NCAA tournament loss to UConn, the men's ice hockey team will try and turn the clocks back to their 2023 national title season. The Week 1 USCHO poll was released today with Rand Pecknold's squad coming in lucky number 13. Quinnipiac was the top ECAC team ranked, with Cornell coming in 4 spots behind them at 17. Western Michigan, Boston College, and Michigan State sit in the top 3 spots. The Bobcats will open the season at number 6, Boston College, on October 3rd.
Staying with the men's team, defenseman Graham Sword was announced as their newest addition. Coming off his first professional season, Sword had 13 points in 47 games for the Norfolk Admirals in the ECHL last season. Sword retains his NCAA eligibility because he signed an amateur tryout contract instead of a full professional deal. At 22 years old, he brings experience and the potential to become a leader within his first year here at Quinnipiac.
Sticking with recruiting news, but this time it's Tom Pecora's Bobcats making a splash. Men's hoops landed a commitment from the class of 2026 3-star Malik Fields. The point guard out of the Bronx had other offers from TCU, Texas A&M, and Oklahoma State. Also notable, he attends Cardinal Hayes High School in the Bronx, where former Bobcat Tyrese Williams also attended. Of course, we'll have to see if Fields can have the same success that Williams did. Matt, show's almost over, but with an action-packed week of QU athletics, there are tons of highlight reel plays.
That's right, Beckett. It's time for the best part of the show. Top 5 plays of the week. Let's go.
Starting off on the ice, play number 5. Here come the Huskies on a breakaway. Claire Murdoch with the shot, but it's Callie Hogarth who shuts the door. Quinnipiac wins it 3-0.
Now onto the field hockey turf for play 4. Francisca Escoyas with a rocket of a shot from up high. Let's take another look at that big windup ending with the goal.
Onto the soccer pitch, play 3. Ava Young receives a great pass from Raquel Alexander. She is able to get it past the goalkeeper. Look at that. Alexander barely keeps in to get that pass across.
On to play 2, Escoyas with a dime right on the money to Rosemarine Van Coolen, who buries it home to make it 8-0 for the Bobcats. That pass for Escoyas ties her own record for most points in a single game with 9.
Play number 1, back on the soccer pitch. Clara Bankston banks this one in off the crossbar. No need for the rebound tap in. What a shot from the Sweden native. Bobcats win in dominating fashion.
Thank you all for watching this week's episode of Sports Paws. We would like to thank our producers and everyone working hard behind the scenes. Also, a special thanks to Beckett for helping me out with my first time being on camera. Make sure you all stay up to date on all things Quinnipiac sports by following Q30 Sports on X and Instagram, along with the website at q30tv.com.
Also, make sure to stay tuned, as this Saturday we will be having exclusive Bobcat game day coverage for the men's soccer game versus St. Peter's at 2 p.m. We'll have pregame coverage starting at 1:15, including halftime updates, postgame analysis, along with the QBSN live broadcast. For Matt Flaherty, I'm Beckett Calkins. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. Have a splendid evening, Bobcats.